Greetings to all of humanity. It is really a joy as usual and always a pleasure to be greeting you and always bringing this message of emancipation to you, whereby I'm pointing to look inwardly to discover that your real identity is your divinity. Now, before I go on to what I want to speak to you about, I want to just remind you that if you haven't purchased your 66 books of magic overcomers Bible as yet, that you need to get that Bible, because very soon I'll be going into a lot of Bible studies to highlight a lot of things that I've been seeing going on the internet to help people to realize what is really going on and the deception that is taking place around the world, because everyone is just following what they're seeing on social media and believing the many fake woke YouTubers that there are out there deceiving the people. So if you haven't got the New Testament version of the 66 books of magic, I just want to let you know that it's available on Amazon right now. You can check the link below. Also, if you like to support this work, you can support us by checking out our Patreon. You can support through PayPal. Okay. So with that being said, now I want to speak to you concerning the Jezebel Spirit and semen retention that is trending right now, because the internet is really blew up right now with these two topics. Okay, semen retention and the Jezebel Spirit. And what most people do not realize is that they've been set up, and it's a war against the feminine energy. It's a war against women. And as melanated people, we have to be quite aware of what is taking place. Now, we see the war has always been going on. As I would have mentioned before in a previous video concerning the family planning, concerning the C-section, concerning the abortion, condom, all of these things. And to see that we are the people who can reproduce more faster than any other race, and how also we have the high sex drive also, and how they use pornography also to shift our men away from the purpose of the sacred energy exchange with the sex. Okay, and also I want to make note that how they have interpreted the Bible to you as if it is literal and as if it is secular history. So there's a lot of people on the internet who's interpreting the Bible as literal and as if the Bible is secular history to validate semen retention, when semen retention can never be a lifestyle. It's like a fat diet, a fat fitness program. Like for example, I remember when I used to tell guys in the gym that P90X, Insanity, Taibo, all of these things, they're only gonna last for a certain time and a certain season, because they're just competing for your mind to make you a clientele. They don't really actually work. What really works, it's your diet, because your diet is 80%. The exercise is only 10%. And your body type also is another 10% that will help you, whether you are endomorph or ectomorph or mesomorph and so on, and how fast or how slow your metabolism would be. Okay, I was showing the youngsters all of these things, and they never used to pay any mind to me. And the same thing is happening right now with those who get caught up with the semen retention fad, and they're feeding on it. Okay, and the Jezebel Spirit also. So let me go on the Jezebel force right now. Okay, now many people do not understand the mystery of Jezebel and Ahab, Jehu, and Nabal. But when I go into more into the Bible story, I'm going to break it down even more. But I'm just going to scratch the surface right now to show you that Jezebel represents the political system. That's what Jezebel really represents, the political system. And then you have the religious system. As a matter of fact, let me correct myself. Jezebel is the religious system, okay? And Ahab is the political system. And Naboth, who had the vineyard, is speaking of your mind, the place where you plant all your seed. And they want to take your vineyard away from you. And then when it comes to Jehu, Jehu is the one with the anointing to destroy Jezebel and Ahab. Okay? So it's not literal as what they're trying to make you believe and try to pin that kind of character upon a woman and try to make a woman look bad about expressing herself and expressing her sexuality, I should say. Okay? Now, even when I speak about Jezebel painting her face, it is teaching you about disguise, or the system is disguise. Okay? And I can go into that and show you all of these different things, but not at this time. I just want to just scratch the surface right now. And so, I've seen many people make videos and they're trying to put the sisters down. And many black brothers fail to realize that through slavery, many of our women, they were damaged very bad. And because of the parents and the neighborhood, the environment they grew up in and so on, there's certain things that you have to be very, very patient with them about and try to help them. So you have to be a real man to understand how to really deal with a sister. How to understand the hurt and the pain, and to understand what the trauma that have been passed down, and even what takes place in the hospital at birth, that people are very ignorant of. How the woman have to lie on her back and go through so much of pain to bring that child lying on her back, which is not the right way she's supposed to position her body to really bring forth that child. The squatting down way is the most easiest way, but they make sure they have the woman to lie down in that kind of position in the hospital to go through all of that, and then when the baby comes out, the doctor have to hit the baby to activate all of those kind of trauma that the mother been going through. And even before child's birth, she was going through stress and going through all of these things, and the doctors activated even more. Okay? And so you have to understand all of these things to understand how to deal with a sister and how to teach them. Okay? You have to realize that the school system, all of these things been put in place to play with their ego. That's why a lot of black women will say they are independent because they have a degree. You understand? You have to understand all of these things to understand how to deal with them and to help them. We are the ones who have to be here to help them, because we were brainwashed to believe that a woman came out from the side of a man, and then after that, God had a new thought, or God learned or improve upon his thought now. So then every man that comes into the world comes out of a woman. We have to remember that our mothers and our sisters, they are women. And they are not Jezebel. Jezebel is a system. And also, you have to realize that the woman is the portal by which we all being expressed on this earth. So, based on my experience, the woman was actually before the man. Because the subconscious was before the conscious. The perceiver was before the perception. The creator was before the creation. And we cannot be expressed on the face of this earth without the womb of a woman. And the earth is referred to as a woman. Mother Earth. And so, my brothers, what I'm saying to you right now is that you've been misled. And you're waging a war against the feminine energy, which is the most powerful energy. Because everything you're speaking about and what you want to achieve in this life through semen retention and so on, It still goes back to the subconscious mind, which is the feminine side of your being, your innermost being. So we have to wake up and realize what is taking place. Now, if you can't hold or retain your semen for the rest of your life and make it a lifestyle, then it's just a fad, as I would have said before. Then it doesn't make sense. I have been in fitness for many, many years, and I still keep my body in shape. Okay? And I always used to teach my clients that any form of eating or practice that you can do for the rest of your life, that it's not really truly something that you should hold on to. You must be able to eat, and the way you eat, you should be able to eat that way for the rest of your life. So if you're going to do something, don't do it just because it has a hype behind of it. Don't just do it because the crowd is saying to go that way. Many people were speaking about no fab and all of these things. Many of them are speaking about pornography because many of them cannot control their own mind. And that's not how you overcome pornography. I do a video called How to Overcome Pornography, and in that video I tell you, if you want to overcome pornography, go and look at pornography, just one, without condemnation towards yourself and towards the people who are taking part in it, and you see you will overcome it. Because why? You not activate that dopamine in your mind. That's gonna make you become addicted, because you're living in a state of condemnation, and you're looking at something that you yourself wouldn't see yourself doing. And that is why many people can't overcome it. And then because of that, you get so indulged in lust and the wrong concept of sex, because you know sex is sacred energy exchange, and that you can use it to create your reality consciously by transmuting the energy, using directing your intention, directing it in the direction of your intention. So actually, for those who are in relationships, those who have a woman by their side, they would know how to control themselves even when they are in bed. And you're not supposed to go to bed with a woman without having your intention, or both of you discuss what is the intention and what you would like to create in this world, what you would like to manifest. And so in the act of doing it, you're thinking of your desire, that which you want to manifest. And when you're about to discharge or ejaculate, or when the woman is about to climax, she's going to climax with her intention and send it out into the universe. Because your portals are open at that point. All your portals, they are open at that point. So then you shift the sexual energy in a direction of creating your reality consciously. You can do that for the rest of your life. But most people talk about retaining. They cannot retain for the rest of their life. Because for example, your balls gonna hurt you a lot. When it's overloaded, and you're going to just overflow just like that. I would have stayed away from sex for many years, and that time I would just lie down and just flow over. Too much. Because I used to exercise and eat real good. Making oko punch and all of these things, drinking a lot of sea moss, eating a lot of seafood in those days. I would flow over. So anything that you try to suppress, it will be a battle. And sexual desire is something natural. You just have to learn how to transmute the energy in the right direction. So all who making videos and semen retention and Jezebel Spirit and calling women Jezebel, you're missing the point. They are just reflecting the system, but the real Jezebel is the religious system, tied together with the political system, Ahab. And what they want to steal is your vineyard, your mind. Man, I can't wait for people to get the Bible. Let me go into these kind of Bible studies and dig deep into it and break down all of these things to help people. The youngsters are going astray. They get them caught up with fad, with a fad diet, with a trend that is taking place right now. And all these people doing this video, they're just competing for your mind to make you a clientele. So when people go on these videos and they see this person have X amount of subscribers, they get caught up because they're seeing subscribers. How do we know that these subscribers are actually real? Remember, it's a system, you know. Sometimes you see people have 1 million subscribers and only 5,000 people watching their videos. You have to be mindful. I'm here doing videos too. But do I believe everything I see in terms of they say you have this amount of subscribers? I will look at the participants, how much people participate in what I am doing, and how much people who are actually benefiting from what I am doing. That's how I look at it. That's why I always say I'm not doing this basically for views. I'm doing this to reach out to people and to help people. That's my desire. So there are people who would do anything or say anything to chase after what they refer to as success, or what they refer to as being successful. Let me put it that way. Because many people do not realize that money is energy and that they themselves, they are money. And that would become what we think about. So if you put direct your energy in semen retention, and you do not understand how the subconscious mind works, and you do not understand the laws of the universe, and you do not understand who you are, you would say you get benefit and so on, but you do not realize that all is mind. You do not realize that you actually transmitting energy, and any energy at all you use is still the sexual energy. There's no energy outside the sexual energy. This is what we're living in, a sex world. There's something I'm supposed to do, which I don't want to get into. Which concerning bedroom secrets they don't want you to know. I prove to you every living thing in this earth is sex. SEX, sacred energy exchange. You cannot escape it. So my brothers, please, take some wisdom. It's just another strategy, a war against you to control your mind, making you believe that the 1% that the elites they practicing semen retention and so on. And so some people go to on the internet to look for popular YouTubers and celebrities who would say so what they say so is so. Wake up, people, wake up. Okay? My thing is to uplift all of humanity, and I uplift women in general and put them in their rightful place. My mother is a woman, my sister is a woman, my wife is a woman, you see, and she's a queen, and you're a king. She's not a Jezebel, okay? So, with that being said, my brother and my sisters, I want to say, if you listen to me for the very first time, what I'm saying, if it really makes sense to you and it really resonates with you, then it is for you. And if you haven't subscribed already, I'm encouraged to subscribe, to like, to comment, to share this video. But before I leave you, I want to let you know that this message I bring to you, that it is the single eye message of self-realization, of which Matthew 6:22 says that if your eye be single, your whole body will be full of light. And my brothers and my sisters, had it been that single eye would have opened within me, and I became pure light, after I ascended as a fiery being, having heard the unearthly wind, and first of all, would have experienced a great mighty shaking when those two lights merged at the base of my spine. When I awake, had it been for that, I wouldn't have been here bring this message to you, because it wasn't until I burst my crown chakra and became invisible that I knew what was my calling and my purpose. And that's why I always say to you, Do not let anyone in this world ever deceive you by making you believe that the single eye or the eye above the pyramid and the US dollar is an evil symbol of people who you refer to as elite. There's no such a thing as elite. All of us are the elite. All of us are the chosen ones. All of us were chosen out of millions and millions and millions of sperm. All of us are the one. And you have to discover that for yourself. And that is why I always give you the symbol of the single eye with my hand right above my crown chakra, saying to you that when you have the experience, that you will come to realize that it is the rising of the S-U-N in a S-O-N, and that it is the dawning of a new day in your life. For the sun parallels the human imagination, the human imagination parallels the sun. For without the sun, there is no life and there is no light. And without the human imagination, there isn't anything made that was made. And you are told in Psalms 84:11 that the Lord thy God is a sun and a shield, and no good thing will he withhold from you. And the sun has never withhold any good thing from you. For the sun is what powers all of humanity, and all the energy comes from the sun. Therefore, my brother and my sister, you are also told in Malachi chapter 4 and verses 2 that the sun, as in the S-U-N, of righteousness shall arise in you with healing in his wings. Because when the sun arises with you with healing in his wings, it is when you have come to the place of enlightenment, of coming to know who you are and your purpose and the face of this earth towards humanity. That's why I'm pointing each and every one to look inwardly and to use your mind power, which is your solar power, your sun power, your God power, your creative power, which is actually the sexual power. Use that power to achieve your every desire. So with that being said, I want to say peace, love you all, I'm out.